especially the old scraggly balls to look like almonds.
Gross.
You ever see like almond chills? Like the nut chills, yeah. They're just like...
I just have to see saggy boobs.
I prefer that to dry almond shells
Saggy
any
boob.
day.
Saggy boobs, yeah. Those are kind of like weird inverted plum kind, yeah.
It's just
Or eggplants.
Egg-
Yeah.
Pretty
That's-
plums, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not attractive.
You know.
oh my gosh.
Hey, everybody.
Red Dreaded Nation, what's up?
Wait, we're recording?
Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Huh. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking.
Here we go. Alright, Red Dreaded Entertainment, what's up, guys? Akasan here.
DCsan Ace Crew.
World of Cali.
She's still thinking about eggplant boobs and
Eggplant
such. Yeah.
boobs and
How do
boom
you
boobs.
know?
I just
It's
know.
something that kind of sticks with you.
I am a master of boobs. Fullmetal Opie. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Fullmetal Alchemist live action trailer. It's pretty short. Let's see what it's all about.
All right.
Boobs.
Hopefully it's better than Attack on Titan.
Okay. It looks
Wait,
like Attack on Titan.
Is that the same set as Attack on Titan?
It looks like.
Wait, live action.
Yeah. So there you go. No?
That's it?
That's it. It's just a teaser, quick teaser. That's all Japan can afford right now. This ain't Hollywood. We can't have like Ghost in the Shell shit going on. Like,
I don't have confidence in it, unfortunately.
ooh, just by a teaser, really.
Wait. Who's the main actor?
I don't know. Probably someone that was in the Johnnies or somebody that has some sort of album coming out. That it's just that's just the way Japan casting works. You got to be a singer
Hammer,
before you can
nail on the head.
You got to be a singer before you can be an actor. Apparently, in Japan, I noticed. No. But I mean, I
am hopeful.
From what I just saw, it looks cool. Unfortunately, based on my Shingeki no Kyojin experience, I have learned that now that their flashy stuff isn't always their best stuff for the rest of the movie. So that's the bigger problem. But look, Japan has the Heath Ledger of Japan, the Heath Ledger of movies, and that's basically Kenshin. I think Kenshin was well done for what they like. You know, people would have knocked Kenshin years ago, but after that movie came out, they went ahead and went with all three of them after that, and I thought it was done very well for what they were trying to accomplish. So,
For those that don't know, he plays my younger brother in the commercials.
oh, that's a good point. He is your little brother in
Yeah.
that. But Kenshin worked very well. It looked like the story was adapted very well. Shingeki no Kyojin, unfortunately, Attack on Titan, everybody. The producers, everybody decided to take a very bizarre turn and go completely different from what everybody was used to with the source material. But if they didn't do that, I think Shingeki no Kyojin would have been received a little bit better. But not just that, for some reason, that movie was still the #1 goddamn movie for a few weeks in Japan. It made crazy.
Nothing else out.
But regardless, I mean,
Sorry.
but regardless, people would have like done a BVS or something and flipped out. He got triggered. I saw his eyebrow twitch a little bit. But my point is, when a movie comes out, if people automatically aren't cool with it, they will let you know. So Shingeki no Kyojin did not have that effect where people were like, fucking A, fuck this movie. It still made a good amount of money. I mean, people were mad.
They did have that, but they weren't as irate as they were with superhero characters.
Right.
Because those have a longer legacy. Shingeki no Kyojin, given the manga and the anime,
Fairly
is
early,
really good.
Yeah.
And it is. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The movie was part 1 and 2.
No.
Painful to watch.
Oh,
the
very
action
painful.
scenes were decent for a Netflix style show that is 30 minutes long as a whole. But having 2 movies, no. That, and there were some of the biggest gripes that I heard outside of the special defects were Mikasa is supposed to be the last Japanese person there, yet you have a full Japanese cast. So that completely throws that concept out the window. I'm not against that. I was like, okay, that's fine. Your story has a slight tweak to it. Okay.
Right.
But the story itself wasn't strong.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was like watching a high school drama.
But it wasn't even that. It was like they were making changes just for the hell of making changes. Like it was just like, let's see how far removed we can get from the original concept, just to see if we can fucking do it like that. And I think that was the one thing. Like my biggest problem, or my biggest reason for liking Shingeki no Kyojin, was 2 things. I liked Eren's drive, the fact that he was so insane about killing all the Titans, and then I liked the music. Neither of those things were present in the movie, and thus I lost my feeling for the movie like that.
And its characters, there's no attention to the characters whatsoever to make you feel drawn to any of them.
You know what's very ironic about that is, if you get a chance, you should rent I believe it's called DTV. It might be called the DTV, but it's a side story from the movie. But it actually goes into the stories of all the people that are on the squad, and it goes into the training ground, and it's so grounded because they don't rely on any special effects. The entire story is just how they come up in the world and everything. It was actually better than the movie. There was a whole story about how these 2 people were angry about all the stuff they lost in their life, and then they found love on the training camp, and through fighting, like they romanticized each other through fighting, and it's shot so well that when I watched it with me and my date, we're like, how the fuck is this, like, essentially Netflix type story better than the entire movie? It was actually done very well. And the Sasha girl, who was the Sasha's the one with the glasses, right?
No, that's Hanji.
Hanji, sorry. Sasha's the Sanji, Sasha was the potato girl, right?
Potato girl.
Alright, so the Hanji, who was probably the only standout part of Attack on Titan, the live action movie, and the only closely related one, she actually stood out very well in these side stories as well. So it just worked out fairly damn well.
DTS.
So it was something like that. I mean, if you go to Staya, they have 1 and 2, the live action movies, and then they show like the special TV volumes that they did, and it was like an exclusive. So.
Is it the same actress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what makes it so weird.
Oh.
Essentially, it's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of Shingeki no Kyojin.
Okay.
And for some reason, it works better.
Okay.
It's really weird. I don't know how to
keep referring to Netflix versions or style, because Netflix doesn't usually use the same budget as these movies, but they do a better job.
Yeah. Red Dragon Nation, stand up, speak up. Let us know what you think below if you're interested in Fullmetal Alchemist. I mean, look, it's here. I mean, I guess I would say for hardcore fans, it is what it is. And like, I had no idea until today that they were making a movie.
Same here.
So
and now that I see it,
really, you rather they not?
The animated version seemed better.
Enough?
Now, I don't want to knock it, but from what I'm seeing, I don't feel like, oh yeah, I want to watch. I'm like, another translation of an anime.
It seems fine enough for me. I think the other issue that sometimes gets some people is the fact that a lot of Japanese made like animes to live action, but not Hollywood budget, but Japanese, basically looks like glorified cosplay sometimes.
Oh, you mean like this one? Because when they showed him, I was like, okay,
it looks like a cosplay.
The wig.
The wig was an obvious wig.
Right.
Whereas they probably should have just gone another route of like, what I would say is going the Jared Leto way, where you literally know if you're gonna play this dude, you need to dye your fucking hair blonde. Yeah. If you're gonna do like
and if it don't make not long enough, add extensions instead of using those cheap wigs.
This isn't Takarazuka, and that's not a knock on Takarazuka work. Yeah, because that's live station.
I have friends that do that, and they do beautiful work.
That's not a knock, but it's obvious. You can tell that they're wearing a lot of prosthetics or makeup or whatever to really make the look of a man. Yeah, so. But if you're gonna do a movie, you're gonna have to go that full-fledged way. And okay, you're dyeing your hair blonde, and where it still looks fairly grounded and believable, basically. But when you have that look of like an obvious wig or in the costume, like some people knock X-Men or
which one? The most recent one?
no, even when X-Men first started around, like why did you make the suits black or whatever like that? Well, that's a good reason why. Because if they were, would you prefer spandex? It takes you out of that element of believability, and it starts to knock things a little down.
Right.
So, and Daredevil's another good example. Daredevil,
so
Netflix,
Luke Cage.
Yeah. It's like you got to make a little bit of modifications for things to fly a little bit more, to be a little more believable. But who knows what will happen with the? Because I felt this. I thought Shingeki no Kyojin when I first saw pictures of that, I was like, oh shit, this looks really good. Like, and then it fails with the story. So, let us know what you think. We're out.
Keep it super.
Peace.
All my